think we might be. Should we like? Well, I don't know whether we should put that away for a minute or leave it there. What do you reckon?
Put it away. Well, it's a bit late now, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not, because we're creating mysteriosity. If that's
we're creating mysteriosity.
Oh, that's what I was going to do for the show today. I was going to create share our little people. Well, we'll hide it for now and we'll bring it back. We'll tell you what that's about shortly. But hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rebellious Business Show. My name's Cordelia. This is Caroline. And we're here every Wednesday at 10:30 live in all the usual places to bring you a bit of a midweek pick-me-up, answer some of your questions. What's the word? Unpack some of your spillets. We'll explain what that means in a minute. And just basically check in with the rebels and see how the bloody devil are you all doing? How are you having a good week? How's it going? So look, first things first. Oh, is Caroline gone? Oh, she's bloody. Do you know what she's done? She's gone and closed the tab that we're on and just left me here, hasn't she? Oh no, she's back. Here she is. Are you doing tab tidying, darling?
No, I didn't. I signed in.
Oh, you signed in?
Yeah, I signed in. So now I can connect things, maybe? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Another time. Hello to our viewer on Facebook. How's it going?
How the devil are you?
How's it going?
Oh, damn it.
What?
I genuinely forgot to go live on Instagram. Should we start again?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you mean it?
Yeah.
No, we're not starting again. That's nuts.
Okay, fine. Don't ask for my opinion then, quite honestly.
Because normally you're like, no, we will carry on. We will plow through.
So well,
to say yes
serves you right for trying to use me as your scapegoat. Scapegoat Sally.
Scapegoat Sally. Here she is. Scapegoat Sally. Well, it's funny actually, because before we did the show, me and Caroline realised, then shared it with me, and then I realised because she told me, by the way, I've had like no sleep, so I'm absolutely insane at the moment, and that is Arlo's fault. God love him. That's my son, by the way, in case you don't know. We have got loads of mascots. Rebellious business mascots. Little people that have joined us on trainings and analogies over the years. And I'm going to go and turn them into little characters. I've decided it's going to be a good use of an afternoon for me one day this week to go and turn those mascots into little characters using ChatGPT or Sora. And we're going to present them on the show and introduce you to our Rebellious Business mascots. Caroline, do you want to give them a sneak peek of some of the names of the mascots that we have? And if you watching this have heard of this mascot before, I want you to drop a yes in the chat. Actually, the first one that comes to mind is one we didn't mention this morning, Caroline, and that is the Fluffy Waffle. He featured for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Fluffy Waffle.
The Fluffy Waffle. Yeah, we've got the Fluffy Waffle. Has he got a name though? Is he just
the Fluffy Waffle? He is the Fluffy Waffle. I've got a badge. I made badges of him somewhere. I have actually got a badge somewhere which has got a picture of the Fluffy. There is that. He has a character already. So he's there ready to go. We've got Fluffy Waffle. What else have we got?
One Wing Wendy. Is it One Wing Wendy or One Wing Wendy?
One Wing Wendy. She's basically got one wing. And I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. What the hell am I on about? It's one of those things. I come out with the most ridiculous things and then they stick. Like, I don't know what it means. One Wing Wendy. It's supposed to be one win. It's like a one-hit wonder, but I called it a One Wing Wendy.
Yeah, we got one. You know that Wendy was a name invented by Peter Pan?
You told me that like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I do.
Did anyone know this? It's because it's his friendy Wendy.
His friendy Wendy is so cute, isn't it?
It is cute, yeah. So you can just make up names and then they become characters in their own sort of right.
Yeah, we've got the Business Bandit.
Yeah, we've got the Business Bandit. We've got Wet Fish.
Yeah, Wet Fish Wayne.
Wet Fish Wayne.
Wet Fish Wayne. These are
Wayne's my nickname for Manil.
What?
He calls me Paula.
Can we just make sure Manil knows that it's not because we think it's a wet fish?
Yeah, Manil's not the wet fish. No. It's going to ruin his alter ego, actually. It's supposed to be an alter ego.
Okay. Alter ego. Wayne.
Alter ego, Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. I see. I can't say Wayne without going into some New Zealand accent.
Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. How you doing, Wayne? By the way, guys, if you are with us live here, please let us know. Drop a comment in the chat. We want this to be interactive. We're literally live to come and hang out with you guys. So let us know that you're here with us. How are you feeling today? Drop an emoji in the chat that describes.
Is anyone feeling allergy ridden?
Oh, yeah. Is that you, darling?
Yes, me.
Yeah,
it's me. Allergy Alison. I'm Allergy Alison today.
Oh dear. I'm crazy Cordelia. Absolutely nuts I am at the moment.
Have we got any others as well? We've got Wetfish, Wayne, Business Bandit, One Wing Wendy.
The Fluffy Rebel. There are loads. What?
Fluffy Waffle.
Fluffy Waffle.
Oh, we got the rats.
Oh yeah, the rats. The rats feature. Yeah, the rats are something we talk about a lot. The random action taking.
Oh God, I always get this wrong. I'm like, random acts of tactics.
Nothing tactical about rats, let me tell you. They're just doing all these things all over the place. Yeah, but there are these little like characters that we have. So we're going to bring them to life. We're going to bring them to life, and we're going to probably put them on the website for a bit of fun. But first, we'll bring them here to this here show. So anyway, Rebellious Business. News for today, Caroline. Caroline, what?
I have news music.
Oh God, have we got news music?
I don't.
Okay, let me hang on. Give me a second.
Oh, I need papers to shuffle.
Oh, I did the paper shuffling. That was this. Okay, you need papers to shuffle. Okay, because you're going to read it. Right.
I don't actually have anything to read. I've got my measurements because I've been sewing.
Hang on, look, we've got this. Breaking news.
Yes.
And then we've got a little bit of this, maybe. I don't know. Like corporate. I feel like it needs to be corporate. How about this?
Just like an elevator or a spa.
All right, what about epic? Exactly the same as corporate. Okay, we'll try one more and then we'll give up. I reckon our breaking news music needs to be hip hop. What do you reckon?
No, it needs to be like I want it to be like. Okay.
Okay. Well, look, I haven't got what you want, Caroline. I'm really sorry. So yeah, imagine the breaking news music as if it was there, but it's not.
Yeah.
Bit wet fish, I'm afraid.
All right, listen. I'm very excited.
Are you going to break the news or? Oh, is this you breaking the news?
Yeah, I'm sorry it's anticlimactic. You don't have the music. Like, don't be giving me the attitude.
Okay. Well, 10 minutes later, she still hasn't broken the news. I'm going to let you know. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out which news we're breaking. Like, is it
only bit of news?
Okay, because in my head it was about the rebels, but it's different. That's a different part.
Oh, no,
right, guys.
That's shout-outs.
We are announcing something on the Rebellious Business Show Rebellious Business Network event next week. Thursday 14th at 1 p.m. And so we need you to get there. We need you to be at the Rebellious Business Network event. Thursday, 1 p.m.
Darling, we don't need them to be there, but if you want to be there, then you need to be there.
Look at you playing hard to get. We're not even that bothered. Yeah, you might not wait. You know what? Whatever. I'm hard to get.
Like, don't even.
Actually, it might be full. It might be full. I'm sorry. It might not even have any room. No, there is room for everyone. We've got big enough room. Hopefully, I mean, actually, we couldn't facilitate every single person in the network showing up. Could we? We actually had that once. We'll talk about that another time. But I'm so excited about this. This is like, aside from the fact it's like a really great thing for you guys, it's just amazing for where we are. Like, there's so many, like we've solved a big problem with networking, and we've made it rebellious, and it's gonna really impact the rebels of the Rebellious Business Network in the best way. And I don't think they'll ever want to go to other networking events ever again. That's basically my hypothesis. Is really, really going to elevate your Rebellious Business Network experience. And for us, on a personal note, it's just like a dream come true. It's like really great, isn't it? Like I'm buzzing.
I think the thing is, there's been a recent like culmination of stuff that has been bubbling for a long time. Like we have been shedding skins and changing form, and I think there is that just has to happen in business because it's an evolutionary process. But there comes a moment where you're like, oh my God, I've peeled back the layers so much that what I've got and what we've created is so purposeful and so powerful and so impactful. Like it needed that journey to get it to that point, for sure. But like, oh man, it's so nice to have arrived at that clarity. And so yeah, I'm buzzing. Like I can't wait to reveal like this next week. Live at a networking event. We decided to do it at the networking event. We're going to reveal it because it's for networkers, it's for networking, it's for the people going networking. So it's definitely, we need to announce it there. Which that's next week. And actually we've done that. If you scan that QR code, or if you jump on the link that I'm about to drop in the chat, because if you're watching this on your phone, scanning QR codes is like, it's like trying to look at your face with your face. It's like quite difficult, unless you've got a mirror. But yeah, so I'm exhausted, guys.
I feel like, because you mean because they're on their phone?
Yeah, if they're watching this on their phone, like,
oh yeah, I forget that we're like the only person. Like I watch everything on my laptop. Really, that's not completely true, but it is in a lot. Yeah, so they can't scan the QR code with their phone yeah. Okay,
you can't look at your face with your face very easily. You can't scan QR codes with your phone when you're on your phone. Exactly.
That's really annoying. They should really improve that feature.
Well, I think you can screenshot it, and there's ways around it. And some phones have got fancy things.
You need additional phones.
Yeah, you need another phone to scan the phone with your phone, basically. But yeah, so anyway, links in the chat.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Sorry, I come alive when I hear that. Links in the chat, in the comments. Coming to LinkedIn just now as well to drop it in there, because Restream doesn't drop links in LinkedIn. So I'm coming over to LinkedIn just now. For those of you hanging out on LinkedIn, don't you worry. I've got you covered. Link is coming in the chat just now.
And I'm coming to a YouTube video near you.
I love that we've got a comment on LinkedIn. Just know Sarah Richmond. She says, oh, hell no. What are you?
Hell no. Hell no. Is that the... Oh, no. Is that a different thing?
I literally have no idea what she's hell knowing. But yeah, hell no, back to you. Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. Oh, we've got 2 live viewers on YouTube. Hello.
So that's the news. The news is that we have no news to share until next week, where we will be sharing news that you need to know about because it's so exciting. But yeah, that's the news. So there we go. Also, just wanted to also do some shout outs. I had 5 minutes this morning. I've got no idea how I've had 5 minutes this morning. We're so busy. I've got Arlo here and no Amos today.
Oh no! I think your excitement is woken him up.
Spoke too soon.
Literally. Can you send me a picture of the list that you've got? Because I will.
I don't know how.
With your phone?
Yeah, I could, but I could just go grab him.
Okay.
It's not just a list because it's also on Canva. So Caroline, tell everyone what the fluffy waffle button is.
The fluffy waffle button. Actually, I need another screen share. Is the thing that Cordelia hates me talking about. So basically, if we're presenting or we're talking live, and then something needs to be done. There's stuff behind the scenes stuff, technical stuff, breakout rooms need to be created. Cordelia needs to go fetch the baby. I have to fluff. And so she hands me the fluffy waffle button. And what happens is I usually am so put on the spot that the only thing I have to fluff about is the fluffy waffle button.
Yeah.
But that really annoys Cordelia, which I've only just found out why. It just goes because she wanted me to be seamless and to show like there was no fluffing happening. It's all part of the show. It's all part of the thing. It's like There's nothing to see here. This is exactly as we planned it, except she never told me this was her expectation. It was never what you, it's never the expectation you set for me.
It's like, right, it's like having an MC that comes on a show, and he comes on and he goes, "Hi, I'm an MC and my role is to keep you all entertained in between scenes." So what I would normally...
But usually
then
the MC knows in advance that he's got a segment to fill and can plan something.
Every time the MC comes on, he just says the same thing again and again. "Hi, I'm the MC again." And well,
yeah, but if something breaks in the show, if something breaks during the thing, then someone could come on and go, "Guys, we're having a few technical issues, right?" Like, you could say what's happening if it's like something that's not planned. Yes, I understand this now. I understand what your expectations of me are. You did not communicate them to me. You just said, "Well, like, go fluff." And I'm like, I'm now on the spot. All I know what to do is fluff about fluffing.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what fluff means. Right, well, fluff is not what you find between your toes. It is actually an instruction from Cordelia. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, exactly. And now you've embraced my fluff about fluff.
Yeah.
You're like, "Go, Caroline, go tell him what the fluffy waffle pattern is." It's like, you've embraced it. I love it. You've come to the dark fluffy side.
The other annoying thing about the fluffy waffle pattern is it takes you so long to explain it that by the time I need you to be done, you're only halfway through.
Yeah, because it's not actually like it could be a 3-second. The fluffy waffle pattern is Caroline fluffing.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah, you
I'll
go.
stop breaking your balls, darling.
I know. I appreciate that. Especially when you don't give me any context on what you want.
Oh, I know. Terrible, aren't I? By the way, this is Arlo. Arlo is 4 months old.
Hello, Arlo.
He has just woken up from his nap.
Yeah, I love his little, like, confused, like, face.
He always looks
that furrowed head. Like,
that's cute. So this is Bring Your Baby to Work Day, which is every day. It's one of the parts of being rebellious. It's like, this is just this is just life. Life and work are the same thing for me. Business is lifestyle and lifestyle is business. It's a blend, darling. It's a blend. And I really need
business and lifestyle are the same. And we'd love you. We've got a few viewers on the live stream. So come on, guys, let us know who you are. Just reveal yourself. Show yourself, fiend.
Yes, in a PG way. Right, so we have some shout outs and then we need to move on to our first question of today. Shout outs. I've had some time this morning. I thought it'd be really fun to do some shout outs because we've got some great stuff going on at Rebellious, and just always flying by the seat of my pants and never having enough time to give people a bit of a shout out. So I wanted to do this just now. Although I've got a bit of a problem, which is that I need that tab to be there. Hang on, Caroline.
Fluffy waffle. How's everyone doing out there? How are you doing out there? Are you good?
Love this. This is great fluffing.
It's terrible fluffing. Okay, so we've got a viewer.
I love it. Right, okay, I've got it. So first person. Okay, I think this is the first time I'm ever doing this, so it's not perfect, but first person I wanted to give a shout out to today.
Oh, you can't see it. Get rid of the banner a little bit.
What banner?
Scan me.
Oh, okay. Oh. Right, there we go.
There you go. Yay!
First person I want to give a shout out to today is John Drinkwater. Caroline, maybe you could tag him if you can.
I'm going to try.
John, you getting a shout out because you have launched your network. So I've got a few rebels that are launching networks at the moment, and what that means is that instead of going networking and being a participant at other people's networking events, we are supporting them to launch their own network so that they are the owner of their own network. And John has launched his successfully, and it's flipping exciting to see. Also, another person that has launched their network successfully is Morgan Gray, Lady Gray. She had like 20, was it 26 or 20?
20, but that was 26 signups on the first.
26 people sign up for the first networking event, and it was an absolute success. Despite the fact that there were some tech issues, she managed to smash it out of the park. so proud, so very proud. And
I'll
it's
try and
really
tag
awesome.
more
Like,
as well.
we've got such a great group of people that are launching and running their own networks. It's just such a vibrant and amazing group. I flipping love it. But yeah, congratulations, Morgan. Really, really exciting. Also wanted to give a shout out to Permji. Caroline, can you give a shout out to Permji?
I'll give a shout out to Permji. So we have Permji in the Rebellious Business Network, and actually I probably could just share. I could probably share screen as well, because you only have to be inside the Rebellious Business Network for all of about 3 seconds before Permji will pop up. He just does such a fantastic job of being present in the network. I'm actually going to go look and see if I can just share screen, and I just want to share about Permji. I'm gonna share my own screen. Allow. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm gonna hazard a guess that he's gonna show up in this very quickly, because yeah, see, first post talking about personal growth, following on from yesterday's post. Let's dive into the power of personal development. What does my dream life look like? Like, what a great post. Really, really value adding. And we've got Andrew afterwards, who's also really great at showing up in the network. But just it really just doesn't take long for you to like scroll down and bump into Permji, because he's so present. Look, I'm also commenting on other people's posts as well. And yeah, and just really showing up. And you know what? Again, look, just taking so much care to it just posts on everyone's posts, basically. Oh, I've stopped sharing, which is great. And so, how do
you what, darling?
Enter full. No, I don't want to enter full screen. So yeah, it's a big shout out to Permji for just being a really present rebellious networker. It's like, have you heard feedback from other people and like who've like encountered Permji or have met him?
I think that Permji is just doing so much. He's collaborating with other rebels in the group. He's being a cheerleader for everybody. Like, he's just really doing such a great job at being supportive and being one of the rebels. And I think that is the reason why he is the only rebel that we have ever given moderator to so far. Out of every single person we've had in the group, he's the only rebel that we've ever gone, would you like to become a moderator? And he was like, yeah, I'd love that. And the reason why we've given him that is that he's so present in the group, and it's great for us to have another pair of hands, but also it gives him some authority, because not only is he just one of the participants, he's now, he's positioned as, it says moderator next to his name. So it's a really good positioning for him, and that opportunity is available to everyone in this group. Like, yeah. It's about positioning yourself. Like, I really recommend you try and become a pillar of a community in that way, because you become well known. For me, that's what networking is about. It's about becoming well known. And if you can become well known, then it's going to be really helpful for you in terms of having an audience around you, being able to convert, being able to do all the things,
Yeah. And I want to make one more comment on that, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to post too much. I don't want to, like, how much is too much? And it's like, do you know what? Like, I never log into Facebook and go, God, it's another post from Permji. And sometimes I'll have like one right after the other, and he's posted them like 6 hours apart. But it's like, he's getting in front of my mind and it's like, and the reason it's showing up is because I then will read what he's got to say, and I'm like interested in his journey. And so it's just a really great example of being present as well. So you can't post too much, you can't engage too much, you can't connect with people too much. You want to be really present and like on their minds. And I just think he just does such a great job. So I'm going to tag Permji as well if I can.
Go for it. Right, the next people we wanted to shout out as well were Julie Fitzpatrick and Anne Austin, 2 of our rebels who in the last week or so have both launched their books. And I think it's just such an awesome thing to see them sharing in a network about how they've launched their books. I don't think Arlo's going to let me do the show, Caroline.
Oh dear. Massive. I'm writing a shout out to perm sheet now. Anyhow,
this shout out thing has got that song in my head. This is a shout out to my ex.
I hear it differently. I hear shout out to my ex. You're really quite the man. And you hear the first line.
Oh dear. Cool. Well, that shout out's done. So maybe I can pose you the first question, and then you can answer it, Caroline.
Got it.
Today. So the first question for the show today is how do I do cold/warmish outreach as someone with oh no, that's not the one. This one. How will I differentiate myself from other coaching and consulting businesses out there? This is from one of our new rebels, Clara Sanchez Rodriguez. Welcome to the group. Great to have you with us. She's asking, how will I differentiate myself from other coaching and consulting businesses out there? That's her question.
Got it. So how will you differentiate yourself? It's really by your service and who you add value to. Where have you? Oh, right. Cordina's completely left me. I thought she was just going to be muted. You differentiate yourself. It's a messaging thing as well. But the way I help other people differentiate themselves that I'm working with is really through digging into the value that that you're offering as a starting point. It's like a lot of people aren't super clear on the exact tangible offer. It's like the exact solution you're providing, right? So in that sense, coaches and consultants are all different from each other because they're providing different solutions. And so a really great example of this is like, if you work with us in a coaching capacity, we are going to be working with you on one marketing strategy. It's the only strategy that we work with people on. And so whenever we have like sales calls, or we are saying like, this is the transformation we're offering, and this is the outcome we're offering, and the way we get to that is through this marketing strategy specifically. And so the way I think like this to start differentiating yourself is getting very, very clear on the service and the strategy that you implement with people. And I don't, and a lot of coaches and consultants, they really get bogged down into like a process or a step-by-step, right? So this is the difference between a step-by-step and a strategy is like there's like a discovery period that you kind of have to take everyone through, which is like digging into the core problem, right? Like, you have to be one-to-one with someone to kind of get into like what their big issue is and what's going on. So you're getting in that with your client. That is just going to happen in every kind of coaching and consulting thing. You have to make a plan. Here's your plan. Here's the plan to move through things. You then have to implement. We're going to now implement things. You're then going to have to troubleshoot. Like that is just a standard template of getting a project done, but it doesn't actually say this is the project we're going to be doing. Like this is the core strategy, right? This is the thing you're missing, and this is the outcome like that this strategy will give you. So a lot of coaches and consultants, they kind of create this vague picture of like, I'm a mindset coach, I'm going to help you uncover blocks, I'm going to help you live a better life, and here's the way we do that. We're going to dig into what the blocks are, we're going to then like work through them That is that's why you won't differentiate yourself, because that's standard. That's got to come into everything, like every time you do it, no matter what the strategy is. So that's not different from anyone else. There's no other way to coach and consult people than digging into what the problem and pain is, like, and coming up with a solution and planning your way out of it. There is no other way to do it. Like, I defy you to find me a different coaching and consulting method than like figuring out what the problem is, right? That's essentially what it is. But most people aren't saying, so that as I was talking to a client about this before, it's like, if I was to do mindset coaching, for instance, I have a strategy. I have one strategy and I know it, and it's our journaling method. And there's a very clear, like, this is the strategy, and I would apply it. I would specifically apply it to relationships. Now, yes, it has profound implications on all parts of your life. But like, I would get into this strategy, this particular method that I've got helps with this thing in this way. And so if I'm working with someone, I'm going to give them this strategy and help them like implement this into their life. And then I'm obviously going to get to know who they are, what their problems are. I'm obviously going to create like this 3-month plan or 6-month plan or whatever it is. I'm like, these are things I'm just going to do with them, but that's not my strategy. That's my process. That's my procedure. So when people are selling a package, just don't sell the, oh, I'm gonna do a deep dive into what the things are. It's like, no, that's standard. That has to be done. That's like saying, you know, I'm gonna, like, if I'm building you a house, I'm gonna build it. Like, I'm trying to sell you the house. Like, I'm an architect, right? I'm just saying, yeah, I'm gonna build the house. I'm gonna design it and it's gonna be built. It's like, okay, but what kind of house are you gonna do? Like, how does that apply to what is going on in this terrain or all that stuff? Like, it doesn't feel bespoke. It's not solving a specific problem. So the way you differentiate yourself from other coaches and consultants is a strategy, and being clear what that strategy is, and then applying that to. So a niche is like if it's a coach, it could be a business coach, and what kind of business coach? Like, it could be a coach to help you scale your business, and what kind of business are you scaling? Okay, like a digital business with who's got one-to-one clients, and now we're going to implement a system that gets you membership, right? Recurring commission. Okay. And the strategy we use to do that is through paid ads to this kind of market with these kinds of conversion actions happening along the way, right? So that's a business coach, but there's a strategy and there's a particular person that's serving, you know. But then if you go mindset, I'm helping you overcome these blocks because you want to have a relationship that's really secure. And the thing that's happening is you're having these big reactions. So let's get a strategy in place to override reactions so that you have more healthy ways of dealing with things. Here's the strategy of doing that. It's going to, every time a trigger comes up, you're going to journal through it. You're going to resolve it. You're going to turn it around. Like, see, I'm getting into these specifics. I'm no longer just mindset. I'm no longer just business. But it comes down to the strategy. And the reason I say the strategy is because that is your specialism. And the strategy you have and you are an expert in will determine your clients. Like, you don't get to say, oh, I actually want to serve high net worth individuals and do business coaching for them. Like, well, where's your experience? Where's your expertise? I get it, they've got money, but doesn't mean that you have the ability to help them solve a problem. Your strategy that you have, that you've mastered and that you're really great at, will serve a particular group of people, and that is who you have. That is your duty to serve them. You don't really get to go, oh, I want to serve these people because they've got loads of money. It's like, well, yes, who doesn't, right? It's like, does your strategy appeal to that person? You know. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. John says that's super useful, and I concur. I agree.
I would
apologize for being late. Yeah, well. I would love you to add something.
Which is that is powerful, and to make it even more powerful,
are you still sharing screen?
No, personal branding. Personal branding, because if you want to stand out from other coaches and other consultants, obviously you deliver your product, and people work with you when you deliver your product, because you are exchanging your time in terms of delivering that product. So people are going to build a relationship with you when they're working with you. The thing that differentiates you is how you work with them. It's how you deliver that product. It's how you offer your insight, how you structure things. And so you really want to be marketing your business with you demonstrating your personality, like what you're about at the forefront, so that you can stand out through being different to other coaches, because you are the only one that does it the way you do it. And that comes down to the fact that you're unique. Like, we're all unique beings. No one can copy. Anyone can be a coach, but no one can copy how you coach in your exact way, because they'll only have a watered down version of you. So really be like marketing your business by being yourself. And that means show up on video, share your beliefs, like share your ethos, share what you hate about the industry, or share what you hate about what's going on in the world right now. and let people get an insight into like what you're about and who you are, and that will really separate you from other people as well, because it'll draw the people in that want to work with you that really identify with you, and that creates
it's like the style. It's like, what's your style? So it's like, I think that's actually a really good point. It's like style. I think like substance first, like what's the thing you're delivering that provides value? But quite honestly, people get excited about style, right? Like people don't necessarily get as excited about substance. So you can't have one without, well, you can, but like it's good. It's just, I think style and substance are like put together are really powerful.
It's just going to blow it up. Like you can niche down and have the best message, but if you're also then delivering that yourself and representing it with your personality,
it's like I can think of someone very specific in my mind who's got great style, but I'm like, you are actually just saying nothing of substance. Ooh. You're just saying words, you're just saying buzzwords, but you're claiming authority, and you're claiming like it's just all it's so. I don't think like I'm not gonna shame anyone, but I can think of I can actually think of two off the top of my head.
Nice. And there is no shame in it. It just means that you haven't got to that point where you've got that clarity. And I think that's one of the things why
But some people don't want that either. I'm like, okay, yeah, but there is just sometimes it is just branding, and for me, that's a real like values conflict. Like I wouldn't be happy with just having a really attractive brand, but I love the fact that I do. It's so great. But I think you want to pair style with substance and strategy, and have and all those be really specific. So yeah, that's my insight. But yeah, branding's super cool. It's like we had that guy, didn't we? The rude one. What was it? The crude. Oh, Stiffy. Like that was like kind of good branding, but just gone a bit too far. It was like basically we were talking about it the other day. He had this kind of cream or topical cream to help with stiff joints, and he called it My Stiffy, and it's like a bit rude and a bit crude, but it was a great attempt at standing out and having a brand. And obviously there is some substance to it as well. But yeah, so just branding and substance. John says true, but it's the bank that are being utterly useless. Oh, okay, we're talking about the parents. Okay, got it. Sorry about that, John. I can imagine that's like a difficult thing to deal with. Okay, so we've got another question. Are we ready to move on, guys? We've actually only got 20 minutes left. And you guys, can we please? We've got people watching us on the live stream. We would love you to just get involved. Get involved. Could you please let us know who you are and what you do as a business, and share your links? We don't always let you share your links, but we are going to allow you to. So I would love that. And then I am going to answer the next question, which is, what's something you secretly hate about being your own boss but would never admit it on Instagram? Anonymous name is Reluctant Rebel. Secret thing I hate about being my own boss. Oh, it's all the hats. No, I don't think I hate. There's nothing I hate, honestly, about being my own boss. Things I struggle with is when you're your own boss, at the very least, is that you are responsible for things that are not your specialism. Like I'm not a specialist at bookkeeping, but it's important that I have a good understanding of bookkeeping so I can keep an eye on my accounts or whatever. And Cordelia and I were talking about this recently. It's like, when we first got into business, and if you put your own money in as a loan to the business, and then you also get paid, like if your accountant doesn't have the context of what you're doing, sometimes it, like in their eyes, it's just completely cancelled everything out. And so on paper, it then looks like you haven't been paid anything. But like realistically, what you kind of want is you want to have like a salary on paper, but you also want the business to owe you money, because then you kind of have an asset in the business that you can like extract when it does well for itself. But you're also not looking like you like terrible like to HMRC, or that you've got no salary, because then that doesn't look good for credit. It doesn't look good for things like that. But you don't necessarily know to tell people that. You don't necessarily know to tell your accountants that. So that's just one example of where like you really learn through, like, it's forged in fire. It's like I found out that the hard way, and I found out, you know, I ended up having directors loans and stuff like that because I just did not understand what the money was doing. It's just different than having, here's your salary, and I go, oh, with that salary I'm going to put this bit here in this pocket and this bit here in this pocket, and my tax is already dealt with, and you know, all that stuff. And then when you're kind of extracting money from a business, you just treat it's a whole new language. And so that's really difficult, is like learning the language of things that you are not a specialist in but are absolutely essential to business. So I don't want to spend my time focusing on accounting or focusing on bookkeeping, but it will really stitch me up if I don't. And I know Cordelia's the same as well. Cordelia's also, you know, in previous times, not necessarily communicated the tax strategy to her accountant, and then things haven't shown up the way that you want them to. You have to actually be strategic about tax, or have goals to achieve. Like you can't just like and allocate money. You have to be specific about what you're doing where. So I just thought I would like say that. Also, you know, as much as it gives you a lot of, you get a lot of value in being your own business, like being a business owner and being your own boss. And, you know, there's a lot of freedom involved, but there's also a lot more responsibility, and there's a lot more weighing on you than being an employee. Like, as an employee, I am not responsible for someone else getting paid. I am not responsible for giving, you know, like maybe obviously if I move up or whatever, or if I'm in like, you know, the finance side of things or whatever, but like everything rests on you. Like everything rests on you. It rests on you to make sure everything is running smoothly, and other people's lives are impacted by that. Not just your clients, not just like your sales, not just but your team as well are massively dependent on you performing. And sometimes you have things that are just completely out of your control that knock you out from under you, like take the legs right out from under you. We had a situation recently where it was like, quite honestly, it was like, oh my goodness, the business lights might be going off through absolutely no fault of our own. And maybe it was a fault of ours because perhaps we hadn't researched something properly enough, but we'd put our faith into a service provider providing the service and fulfilling their obligation to us. Like we had some tech really let us down. It was like really problematic what they did, but it was just firstly, it wasn't transparent what the problem was. We didn't know what the issue was. We can just see things like failing, really. We could see things like breaking down a little bit, and it was pretty hard to diagnose because there's so many things that are going on at once. Like we've got ads running. Is it the ads that are causing the problem, or is it this, that, the other? We've got so many things running together, and we're assuming that our platforms and our software providers and our service providers, they're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. And so we make that assumption. So when things aren't running, we're like, well, what's going on here? You know, and it took us a while to troubleshoot and to find the actual cause of things not working so well. And that was, you know, my team's lives are sort of on the line for that. And it really showed me that your business can completely fail due to your service providers not delivering on their promise, which might sound obvious, but I think I just had a lot of faith that wouldn't be a problem. I always assumed that my business was just solely dependent on me performing and me being competent and me doing what I'm supposed to do, which is enough pressure on its own. And sometimes I'm not living up to the standard that I necessarily want to live up to. And so that's hard. You could be really hard on yourself for that, because you can kind of beat yourself up. But when the livelihood of your team is dependent on one of your like the products you're paying for, like one of the services you're paying for, that's when you're like, whoa, that's really, really tough. Like, how am I supposed to compensate for someone else's negligence, right, that I'm paying for? That's really, really tough. For anyone who's just tuned in, I am answering the question, what do I hate most about being my own boss, but would never admit on Instagram? And I said, and I don't hate anything about being my own boss, but I'm just sort of explaining the things that I find really, really difficult. And that is that a lot of people are dependent on you. And sometimes there's things you just cannot help. You can't impact necessarily. So it's that's one of the things I wouldn't say I hate it. Anything else I hate about being my own boss?
I would say, like, as well, sorry, I'm coming in as voice of God here. I love all the things that you shared. I love that. I absolutely agree with you. Another thing is that the whole managerial side, like being the project manager, I find that really challenging. Like, it would be so good to have someone project manage for us.
Oh, you hate being the project manager?
No, we don't have a project manager. We project manage ourselves, which is often a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah. It's like you have to do things that are not your like if I had a boss telling me to do all these things, I'm like, you're really unreasonable. Like you really want me to do things that I am really not cut out for. Right. And also you're giving me no job security, and you're making me pay other people as well. It's like, it's quite unreasonable what we put on ourselves. And so, yeah, I have to be a project manager, even though, like, quite honestly, I'm a terrible project manager. So yeah, like, that's another thing where it's like, Bloom comes in project management tool. Thanks, Sam. Oh, bless you. Hi, Sam. Good to have you back on here. Yeah, we've got, Sam, how is Bloom? Actually, we should probably do a little segment on software. We said this before. How is Bloom different to Notion? Like, why is Bloom different to Notion? And I also do not believe any software can compensate. Oh, that is so funny.
I think we should share, like, what happened. We went out for lunch for your birthday the other day.
Hold on, we've got to share. Anyone listening, because we might be putting this on the podcast, right? Cordelia has basically, we've got cooing and a baby who wants attention and probably feeding. So Cordelia had to run away and let me answer these questions and feed Arlo. And as soon as she turned the camera back on, he just vomited on camera. It looked like it went on the floor. There's a little fountain.
I'm sorry if anybody's like squeamish about baby vom. Well, this is not a show to be watching. What are you doing? Find another show.
I think that's the first time this has ever happened, so don't worry. It doesn't happen. It's not a common feature of the show. But yeah.
I'm just currently holding the torch for all the mums out there that are balancing motherhood and business. Honey, I've got you. I used to do this with 3 under the age of 4, and now I've got 1. It's a lot easier, and I look back and I go, how the bloody hell did I do it? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think you are superhuman. Yeah. So Sam said, this is where Bloom comes in. It's a project management tool. What do you think, Cordelia?
I'm skeptical.
You don't think that piece of software can completely replace a project manager?
No.
What?
I don't. Because you've got to program the software. You always need a project manager to program the software.
Yeah.
Here's an example, right? This week, I've been making checklists for launches. We've got our clients' launches. We've got our own launches. We've got launches happening left, right, and centre. And I'm making checklists for them because that was one of the jobs that I needed to do. Like, the checklist that ChatGPT creates is crap. Like, my input could be better. But that's the thing. It's like, I've basically got to give it the checklist so it can give me the checklist. It's like, really and truly, the AI is great and it's really helpful. And I find it just helps organize my thoughts, and it organizes and the things that I've already got down. but it can't replace. It can't replace me. It can't replace a project manager. It can replace the menial, tedious work, but it can't replace the strategy that you need to put into it. So yeah, like I need a project manager who can look at everything that we're doing and go, right, this is the priority, that is the priority, this project, like, and be able to basically go, this would fit really well with that project. You need to stop doing this and we need to stop doing that. And here's your task list for the week. I'd be like, oh my God, I love you. You are just the best. I'd rebel against it though. I'd be like, well, fine, but I'm also doing this as well. Just
Yeah,
because I
exactly.
can. All right. No, I wouldn't be that annoying, but it would be nice. It would be really nice because I find the planning of things takes so long. It takes so long, and it's because you get into the detail, and then the detail needs to be accurate. Because otherwise, if the detail's not accurate when it comes into doing the doing, you've got inaccurate detail.
Oh gosh, yeah. I do. Look, I would just hire a project manager.
Yeah,
We've got a few already that we're like.
On the list of things we want to buy.
I know who I would want. I know who you would want to hire. I know who I want to hire. Who I'd love to hire as well.
Morgan.
Yeah, I'd love to hire Morgan at some point, or my brother-in-law Lee. Oh, I love doing that stuff. Managing project, planning a piece of cake is actually doing the project. Oh, planning a piece of cake. What? Planning is a piece of cake.
Yeah,
actually doing the project. Oh, so you like, oh, interesting. John says, yes, I had the same thing with my software developer AI. It's really dumb at figuring things out, but it's really good at doing the boring, repetitive stuff.
Yes, that's what we need. The boring, repetitive stuff. But yeah, it is when it gets into the detail. By the way, just because we haven't mentioned it in a little while, we've got a big announcement dropping next week. You've got to be at the Rebellious Business Networking event, Thursday the 14th at 1 p.m. That QR code will take you to register for that event. And we're going to be dropping some big news. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Big news coming. Big news coming.
Big news coming.
Right. Our next question is from another one of our new rebels, Victoria Cannon. Welcome to the Rebellious Business Network, Victoria. Great to have you with us. She says, how to do cold/warmish outreach as someone with social anxiety, or just how to make the first approach without sounding spammy, salesy, or weird. I think a lot of our rebels are going to resonate with that.
Yeah, in my head, I've got this this DM like, hey, how are you? I've got absolutely no reason for messaging you, but I'm going to now pretend that I'm looking for friendship, and fingers crossed you're not going to find that suspicious.
It's actually quite toxic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually really, it's like, yeah, of course you've got to go make friends with people, but you have an agenda. So
yeah.
it's like,
that's it. Yeah, you
just have to not have an agenda, which is like not the point of business, is it? It's not the point of like outreach. It's like, it's like when we met, we actually worked with each other. We did become each other's clients, and a lot of my first clients were people who I was friends with. I didn't become friends with them to make them my client, but I did become friends with them because they were in my business community, and I felt like I wanted to have connections in the same world as me. And so I think there has to be some common thread. Like, hey, we're in this community together. I thought I'd reach out because I think
you need a touch point. That rule number one.
There you go.
Rule number one of doing outreach. You need a natural touch point, and that is what we create at the networking events. Is a natural touch point for you to. A natural touch point for you to reach out to other people in a natural way. But yeah, without that, it does feel weird. And it feels weird because in the real world, you wouldn't do it. Like, you wouldn't walk up to someone in the street and be like, hi, my name's Cordelia. I'm the founder of Rebellious Business. What's your business and what's your biggest problem in business right now?
Yeah, because I've got no ulterior motive but to solve your problem while you're walking.
Yeah, it's like those people walking up to you with a clipboard in that. Like, how many do they manage to stop? It's really difficult. It's like,
I actually got so annoyed with one the other day. This was supposed to be a story, right? This guy, he managed to wrangle me in and he stopped me. And he was like saying the charity. And I was like, look, do you know what? It sounds like a really great charity, but I don't just give to charities without having done some research. But I will go and research this and I'll go look into it. And because if the money goes where it says it's going to go, and I can find verification for that, then yeah, I'll consider signing up. And he said, and then he had the perfect objection handler for that. And not only did he have the perfect, he's like, well, actually, you'll find da, 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 da. And so where can we sign up? And I was like, I actually don't remember consenting. Like, why have you now got like this and I said that, oh God, listen to this will drive you mad. I said to him, I was like, sorry, I don't actually remember agreeing. And do you know what he said? He said, it's called a presumed close. I was like, well, you could presume yourself not have closed, mate. Like, you've completely, like, it was just like, oh, you've got this real script. And I think it was just like, wow, I think I caught him because he wasn't expecting me to be like, actually, I didn't agree. Like, you've got this out, which was a presumed close, but I don't remember agreeing to signing up and giving you my card. I don't remember agreeing to that. And that I felt like normally
it's a presumed close, as if that makes it okay.
I know, it was like crazy. I think it's because I tripped him up because I think like he'd kind of cornered me and I was like, and I think he's used to people going, okay, yeah, you've really overcome all my logical and objections. And because I think feeding kids in Africa is a really good cause, I'm now going to sign up. But I was like, actually, you didn't give me any more authority about your charity, which I was looking for. Actually, you completely de-authorized it by this tactic. Like, why should I believe that they've got good intentions and that all the money that you say goes to them when this is how they train their staff? Like, this is really horrible. And like, but I think it depends on people just going, oh yeah, like you've completely overcome every obstacle of mine. But actually, I'm like, you've just added another obstacle by talking to me like that. And I think because I actually was like, well, I don't remember agreeing. It's like, oh, well, all I've got now is to tell you why I've done this, which is that it's a presumed close. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's a terrible way to treat people. So it was like, yeah, no, you've kind of done yourself out. And it was like, and I once had someone, this really wound me up. They were talking about, there was another thing. Oh, it's completely off topic now. But this other person was like talking to me about, about whatever the thing was. It was like an illness, curing an illness. And I was like, to be honest, this isn't my priority. Like, this isn't the thing for me that I really care about. And he was like, it's everyone's priority. What it should be your priority. I was like, okay, well, you've lost me now. Like, you don't get to tell me what my priorities are or try and shame me into giving your charity money because it's a good cause. Like, that really wound me up. Anyway,
of course it's a good cause, but the point is that there are so many good causes and you have to pick and choose because you can't support them all. So if there is something that's closer to your heart that you would prefer to prioritize, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that there's something that's more important to you. It doesn't mean it's less important in general.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, you've just shamed me now for not feeling like your cause is the cause that I care about deeply. Yeah. It's like, and I'm just, so that just winds me up. Anyway, so what the question was, we should probably answer the question really rather than.
Yeah. So the question is how to how to do outreach basically to people that I don't know very well. As someone with social anxiety, or just how to make the first approach without sounding spammy, salesy or weird. My answer to this, if I could say it really briefly, is you're coming into the Rebellious Business Network and asking this question here. So I'm going to tell you how to do it here in the network, which is become someone who is well known in the network. Oh, Arlo. Arlo's well known, aren't you, darling?
Yeah.
Sure that he is well known. Just don't whinge as much as Arlo. But yeah, Caroline, maybe walk that through for me on what it means to become well known. Because
okay.
I'm well known for having a crying baby right now.
Yeah, okay. So what I would recommend is, I think this is really important to pick a community and to get established in the community. And build up your connections and build up your well-knownness. because that, like, so for instance, we did a shout out earlier to Pamji, and then even John on this call. He's a great example. He does the expert led calls, and is just very familiar inside the Rebellious Business Network. And it's not just about being like present, but it's also about being present with relevance to who you are. So like, here's a great example of how I did this when I was first getting started out. I was in a community, an affiliate marketing community. This is where Cordelia and I met. We were learning affiliate marketing skills, basically, so we could promote services and commissions. And my skill was in copywriting and messaging. And I realized there was this huge gap in the training for this company or this community in copywriting and messaging. And so I started just showing up kind of as a copywriter and messaging expert, and started just adding loads of value. And so I was really exposed, but I was also, my sort of expertise is also exposed at the same time. And so I didn't actually really need to even cold DM people. People used to DM me and be like, can you help me? And so that's a really good way. It's like identifying any areas that are missing, that you're not getting, that there's a missing value that you can fill. That's one thing. And an alternative one is, for instance, just showing up, adding value inside a community, but also being explicit about what you do as well, so that people just know who you are, right? And they can connect with you, and then you can start to, well, I would say once you start becoming a bit more well known, is then start curating contacts instead. So instead of you cold reaching out to them, you're offering them a free value so that they will give you their contact details, and then they're kind of anticipating you messaging them, and then you can also get more and more people. That's just an email list, right? So outreach, cold outreach, that's not the best strategy. That's not the best strategy that we've got. Shall I share what you shared, Cordelia, or shall we keep that between us? No. Okay, we've got a baby emergency. We've got a baby emergency.
It's fine. But maybe coming back to the question though, baby, it's not a baby emergency. Baby's fine.
Okay.
The other thing. So we've got so far have a touch point, so that if you do reach out to people, it feels natural. Show up in a way that is gonna get you well known in a group. And the great thing about this is if you pick an online group like the Rebellious Business Network, we've got a lot of people in there. So if you can become well known in that community, you're going to have a lot of new followers. Like the community Caroline talked about, how she showed up in that community and got well known there. I did the same thing in the same community. There were 3,000 people for us to tap into in that community. We got well known in front of 3,000, and they would have events, and we would be on stage at those events because we were well known. We ended up being ambassadors for that company. And a bit like, Permjeet has done. It's a great example. You show up regularly, you bring the value, and you become well known, and you become kind of a part of the sort of team in a way, which is really, really great. And then there is another thing that I want to speak into off the back of this question, which is about the social anxiety piece. So I am someone who has social anxiety a bit. And I find, and actually I prefer to say that social anxiety has me rather than...
Yeah, nice.
And the reason being is that my perspective, if it's okay if I share this, take it or leave it, is that social anxiety is not something that is a permanent state within my body. It is almost like an emotion or a state that I feel sometimes. And so sometimes it has hold of me, and I know what causes it, and in my life, and that is spending too much time on my own or inside my bubble. And when I get out of my bubble and go into the real world, then I can be a bit socially awkward or feel really uncomfortable and feel anxious. And Caroline, you saw me like this at the weekend. Like,
it's funny.
I slammed the bloody car door down, the car boot down on my head, because I just wasn't grounded, and I just wasn't in, like, I've still got a sore head from where I slammed the boot down of the car on my head because I was anxious and I just wasn't grounded. And it was because I was out and I was with the baby and I was out and I hadn't been out in ages, and and I just feel a bit awkward, and it was all a bit kind of like I felt like a rabbit in the headlights. And I get this a lot. I just picked up the bunny rabbit.
It's the talking bunny. You now get to talk. Imagine if I had one, we could just pass it to each other. It's so funny.
But yeah, so I get social anxiety gets me, and I think what we need to do is, number one, use it as an opportunity to work on ourselves. Why is the anxiety coming up? What is that? And how can we flip that around and change that and work on it? And one way in which I've done this recently is with a live series that I've done called Going Live Anyway, which is where I came back off maternity and I felt like socially anxious about putting myself out there in front of my own community again. Like, that was scary to me. There was a lot of new people. There was a lot of people that I hadn't spoken to in a while. I felt like I'd kind of disappeared. I felt like I was coming back and I didn't feel like I wanted to be in the spotlight again. And I had all of this kind of like anxiety about it. And what I decided to do is use it as an opportunity to work on myself. So every time I would get triggered or feel anxious about showing up, I would journal and look into that and try and find out what it was that was making me feel like that, so that I could turn it around and get rid of it. And that has been an amazing process, because that anxiety about showing up is now gone. And I think partly it's gone because I've been doing it consistently and I haven't had that like social
exposure.
I haven't had that social blackout. If I went and had another social blackout and then came back out again, I might be feeling anxious again. So trying to find out what it is for you so that you can prevent it or also turn it around and kind of heal it as well is a great
I always have a block about I don't know what to do. Like, I get really blocked by not seeing the full scope of it. Like, I find it very hard to just do one isolated task because I never think it's enough. And so I want to be able to see the whole thing all the way before even getting started. So I'm a real that's my thing. That's a big thing that I do. It's interesting. Do you know what it'd be really great to know what people's blocks are like, and if you are aware of them. But Cordelia, we are 8 minutes over.
We are.
We made up for last week. We finished a little bit early last week.
We did. We were efficient last week, for sure.
Yeah, we were.
So just one final time, ladies and gentlemen, letting you know that we've got some big news dropping next week. Hear it first on the Rebellious Business Network. We're going to be live at 1 p.m. next Thursday. We do have a networking event tomorrow. So if you're registered for that, we'll see you there as per. But this QR code will take you to next week's networking event where you can get registered and come and be one of the first to know what this big announcement is that we're dropping, that's going to have a great impact on your networking here at Rebellious Business. And also, sorry, I just saw that Jason dropped unbelievable. It's like, big announcement next week. It's very unbelievable, but believe it because it's happening. I don't think he was referring to that, but it was good.
Yeah. But what are we talking about?
Probably the fact that Cordelia is so socially anxious.
Maybe. Yeah, you don't seem it. I'm the opposite though. I get really high on people, and then I get like too high. I get cracked out. I actually get like really, really cracked out, and like
that used to happen to me. That did used to happen to me. And it used to be a common thing at events. People would say to me, "Calm down, Cordelia."
I don't have that in me. I kind of need to be taken away and like given some. I need to like get off the crack. Basically, like people are my drug. I love it. I love people. I love being around people so much. And actually, do you know what I will say? That's the thing I really hate about being an online business owner, is that I don't have enough in-person connections. But I probably need to get off the juice anyway. It's like my drug. So yeah, Jason says, big announcement, huge. It's huge.
Oh, I'm glad you managed to read that. Huge. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, did you not?
No, I didn't. I went ooge. I didn't get it.
I'm from London, isn't I?
There we go. There we go.
Ooge.
There we go.
Sorry, I just realised. Yeah. Okay, so big announcement.
We weren't wrapping up, and now I'm lost.
No.
But basically, I think we're kind of done. Big announcement.
Yeah, let's go.
Next week. Time to go and have a coffee and spend some time with Arlo. Lots of love, guys. Have a wonderful